Sage Forsaken here. Time to do a little more core news. This is Core Update 2020, October. So, I want to start with a history lesson. I know you guys have already heard this because you're longtime listeners, I'm sure. But maybe you haven't. Back in version 1 of Snakebite and Puma, Snakebite and Puma share the same body, just have a different head. But on version 1, they did have cleavage. And, basically, that meant that it was a little more sexualized version of the figure. There was a running change. Version 2 came out where basically they no longer had this cleavage. As shown in this picture, they have the cleavage. And then version 2 came out and they took away the cleavage. They basically flattened that out and painted it, to be a t-shirt, which we decided at the time, at least I did because I run this channel, that this was a good thing the company did. It makes the figure a little less sexualized. And, it makes it where it can be sold in more markets. It makes it where parents don't have to look at a figure and think that is not classy. And basically, we thought it was a good thing. This is what's coming off Leonard's website right now. This is the picture for, Puma right now, or Snakebite. Sorry, I always get them mixed up. Anyway, the idea, though, is that basically you get representation. We have females on the squad. Even though they share the same body, they do have, different looks so that different people can feel like they're represented. In fact, that's one thing I love about the new figure pack that's at Sam's Club. They brought back old figures and made sure that they showed representation that they meant to have in the first place so that people of all races and creeds and stuff can look at these figures and say, hey, this could be me. This figure could be me. And I love that this is such a great value. It's only $16, $17. And if this change that we're about to talk about happened because of a cost-cutting measure to keep this pack cheaper, but it's not going to affect all the line, then that's fine. But as you can see here, Snakebite and Puma don't have elbow articulation anymore in this figure pack. So this is kind of like a warning. If you're going to buy the figure pack and you wanted to get Snakebite and Puma, and maybe you never had them before, you might want to look for an older version that has more articulation. It's kind of concerning that the change happened only for the female figures in the line. They're taking articulation away. As a customizer, this is not going to affect me much. Like, basically, I can sculpt in cleavage. I can cut the arm off, heat up a needle or a Dremel, a small hole with a Dremel, and peg in another arm from like a trick shot or something, and I can make this figure as just as articulated as they always were. But as someone who's not, that just thinks about these things, this is exactly how I made my Space Knight custom here. I put diesel arms onto a bolder body with a different head. But as someone who thinks about these things, like, I wonder, is this a great move? Now, if it was a safety concern, they need to update their picture on their website if this is going to be how it's going from now on. But if it was a cost-cutting measure and even the single packs are not going to have articulation in the future, that's kind of a concern. Like, it's almost like saying that the girls are less valuable as customers. Or the guys who want a female figure are less valuable. If that's... Now, like I said, that figure pack is an awesome deal. I don't want to underplay what a good deal it is. There's vehicles, multiple figures, got lots of representation, a lot of great things to say about those figure packs at Sam's Club right now. But if they change this going forward for all these figures, all the Snakebite and Puma figures, I'm concerned about the message that sends. They need to be very clear. Was this a safety hazard? Was this was where this part was failing and this is our solution for now? Or is this really just a cost-cutting measure? And if it's only for the big figure pack, that's fine, But if it's going to be for the individual packs or for the two figure packs, they need to let us know, and they definitely need to update their website photo. Anyway, tell me what you think about these types of things, what you think about this change on those figures, and let me know if this is the type of stuff you need to know before you go purchase and you want me to continue covering on my channel. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and pour on the plastic.